That's the predominant factor. That's what they all have in common. And how are we going to represent the blackness? And how are we going to show up in and as the blackness, right? So I'm tired of the astrology. Making an ass of yourself. Astrology. Over and over again. We don't realize our influence we have on people. Because we trying to understand it by a sign. Damn it, you the sign of what's going to be. Do you hear what I'm saying? What people are going to be is relative to what you are and what you are standing on. I don't care what their sign is. Bottom line, all these damn signs and white supremacy is standing strong. Why? Because it don't matter what your sign is. They're gonna have the last word because of their strong mind. Whether you're Taurus, you're going to jail. You're Taurus, you're black, you're going to jail. You're Aquarius, you're black, you're going to jail. You Capricorn, you're black, your ass is going to jail. Do they have cells for Tauruses, Capricorns, and Aquarius? Or do they put them all in the same goddamn cell? So we better fight against it in the same goddamn way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because now we creating astrology cliques. And coming up with preconceived notions about people. You don't know me until you get to know me. I don't care what the fuck my sign is. Get to know me. Don't put me in no box. This is how Tauruses are. You're going to find out something else about Tauruses that you didn't know. Huh? They ain't write that one down. So let's be in the moment. That's what I'm saying. Let's become present. We wonder why we keep ending up in the same relationships and stuff keep going the same way and the same failures that we have in life. You know what it is? Because we keep looking at life in the same way. Oh yeah, this is how Tauruses are with me. That's a self-fulfilling ass prophecy. Tauruses always act like this, and I know because I know you're gonna act like this. You a Taurus, you're gonna slap me. God damn it, yeah, exactly, because you told me to. Tauruses used to slap the shit out of me. Thank you for your permission. Y'all hear me? And Aquarius just seem to steal all my money. Where your purse at? Stop these self-fulfilling prophecies and give a person an opportunity to be the divinity that you want to experience. Can you fathom no negativity, no negative in relationships? Because due to the laws of that astrology, it got to be. Taurus is definitely fuck up here, and Aquarius is definitely fuck up there. So you mean to tell me it can never just be a positive situation according to that? And I'm standing in that I can have a complete and absolutely positive situation. That's where I come from. I'm not starting from that this could be negative based upon what this sign or that sign says. I'm coming from that this could be absolutely positive. I learned that in doing real estate. You enter every deal like it's going to work and you're going to close it. You don't have all this other shit talking about because it's not going to work. It might not work. That's the wrong attitude. You already are set up for failure scientifically. You have science stuff failing over and over again. Your signs don't matter. What sign you represent at this time matters. Are you a sign of the time, the sign of difference? Even if you're going to go with your sign, be a radical fucking Taurus. Be a radical fucking Aquarius. Be a radical Gemini. Don't fit the mold. Break the mold. I said they're going to have to come up with a whole new entire astrological system after my existence on this earth. None of this shit going to make sense no more. Well, we ain't never, that's not in the sign of Taurus. We got to change our whole perspective of how we see Tauruses. They destroy civilizations. Add that in there. They destroy civilizations. Add that on there. We can't forget this one in history. Make sure you get that in there. Is shit not changing? Is mankind not learning more about himself? Or do man know everything about himself? Do man know everything about himself? No. Man is learning about himself, so that means how we perceive people is changing over thousands and thousands of years. And so the older that the system is, the more messed up it is. Because man is changing dramatically, right? We have evolved realistically. So how does a system 1,000 years ago, when there are new genetic strands and creations of people on the earth today, how will a system from thousands of years ago be completely applicable today? Get in the moment. We miss the beauty of this moment. And many of y'all going to have to reincarnate and read about the shit. And forget that you was there, paying no attention to it. The predominant thought should be black supremacy. The predominant thought. People sliding into through these other things. Some people say, well, you're a zealot. Yeah, I am. They just don't realize how much zealous they are on white supremacy. Because that's normal. So you don't see the zealotry of it because it's normal. And anything against that is looked at as zealous. But if they knew how, if you could put white supremacy and all the behavior and put them among total black supremacists, then you'll see how zealous they are on white supremacy. Am I right? So our appearance of being zealous is relative to them being truly zealous on white supremacy. And if you got to be zealous about something, what would you rather be zealous about? If you got to make a choice. If I choose to be zealous about something, I'd rather make sure that it's definitely black supremacy. I'm not going to be zealous about white supremacy. So if we got to stand for something, what's worth standing for? And that takes me into the next subject I want to talk about. You know, people saying, you know, what we're doing here, you know, it's a cult. And how dangerous cults are. And anything that is not into the normal culture of white supremacy and the way that they live in the world is a cult. Because it's not, we're not doing what they're doing. It got to be some type of a cult. And cults are dangerous. You don't want to be in a cult. But I've been in cults in my life. And I'm not going to mention the names of what they are. But I've been a member of cults. So I've had that experience too. And the number one killer of black people is not cults. If I look up from actually being in a cult and the number of people I actually saw get killed in the cults that are in, and I look at how many of us are killed by just one another, just over some $5, I'd rather be in a cult. When I look at how many of us are killed by white supremacy and the institutions and machinations of white supremacy, you know, I'd rather be in a cult. You're safer actually in a cult if they use that argument. Let's look at the amount of murders per city and state based on cults and based on white supremacy. Which will we find more in? What's dangerous about cults? What's so dangerous about them is they are a danger to the normal, mediocre way of society. Y'all follow what I'm saying? That's what makes them dangerous. Millions of cults throughout the history of time, and the only ones we can remember is the 3 of them where everybody killed themselves. And why are those aspects of cults being exaggerated? Because whatever you can use to destroy something that is against the mainstream needs to be highlighted. So it makes sense that they would highlight those aspects of just those few groups out of the millions of cults that we don't even know about or have heard about. It's more white people that have been killed, even white people, in the CIA than any goddamn cult. Do you hear what I'm saying? By the CIA. How many people are dying in the military? That ain't a cult, that's the military. They don't look at it as a cult. Whatever they agree with is not a cult. And more people are dying in that cult. Do you follow what I'm saying? That's a cult. I'm an American, I'm going to die for America, and I'm going over here and blow myself up for America. That's a cult. But if an Arab go do that, oh, he's under some crazy Islamic cult. But Americans is doing this shit all the time, and that's just, you're a patriot of your country. You are a true citizen. So we got to stop trying to understand what we are doing by the white people's definitions of what we're doing. Some of us are black people looking at what we're doing through the eyes of white people. We're looking at what we're doing at how white people are looking at us. And we cannot see what we are actually doing. And that's why what we're doing don't succeed. Because if you're looking at it from the eyes of someone who wants to see what you're doing fail, then the destination for it is failure. We get serious about something other than white supremacy, it's a cult. We serious about white supremacy, then we're just what? Good Samaritans. We're good citizens, or we're just regular people. Because white supremacy is the regular normality of our society. So my point in saying that is that we can't, any fear that we have of us building our own, because fear is very immobilizing. Any fears that we have of building our own, we must get rid of them. Because those fears that we have are working against us every single day. And when we look at what we are doing and us manifesting and creating the reality of what that is divine for us in this time, when we go and take that and look at that as some type of cult, we are working against ourselves. Because what would be not being a cult? Going getting a white supremacist education and going and being a part of the white Christian church with a white Jesus, that's not being a cult. Having a black God, black divinity, black enlightenment, black nation building, black sovereignty, black supremacy, that is a cult. Do y'all hear what I'm saying?